multiple insurance servers not be less expensive than the present insurance-bound system?
Well, there's no question. It's a very simple answer. It's clearly less expensive. It makes sense in every way. Again, those countries, with the exception of England, England has socialized medicine. It actually does have its doctors and its hospitals working for the government. The other systems in the top industrialized countries of the world, Germany, France, Canada, so forth, they have what would be considered socialized insurance. If we were to go to that, if we were to have something comparable to what they have, again, we're paying roughly $6,000 per person. They're paying roughly half that. Everybody in the country is insured. One of the things that's said by our opponents is that not only is this socialized medicine, that's not correct, but it would cost so much. Well, in fact, the reality is taxes would be raised, but the amount of money that would be saved through reduction in premiums would more than offset it. People would be much better off economically. The government would be much better off economically. Our collective balance sheet would be much better off. Again, the only reason that I think that this is not doable, and others, Senators Clinton and Obama, the judgment is that it's not politically feasible right now.
Thank you. Mr. Rasoul?
Well, that's where we will differ. I don't believe in quote-unquote political feasibility. I believe in what I think is the truth. That's why HR 676 is so beautiful, because it's not socialized medicine. It's a system where you continue with your private health care, and at the same time, it's a subsidized system. So I believe it's a good compromise of both. You know, the fundamental inefficiency here is the costs, the overhead associated with insurance. So if we come up with some kind of solution, for example, Senators Clinton and Obama have a solution right now to subsidize health insurance, right? Well, the health insurance premiums, my health insurance premiums have gone up 75% in the past 3 years, and I'm supposed to be this young, healthy buck. Well, if that's happening to me, I can only imagine what's happening to everybody else. So if we use this logic that we're going to subsidize the insurance companies by giving them our federal tax dollars in order to put a Band-Aid on this problem, then unfortunately, my friends, I don't believe that we're coming up with a real solution. We're doing what we call, quote-unquote, what's politically feasible. And we need to stand up for what we feel is just and right. We need to have everybody sitting at the table. We need to come up with a solution that everyone can agree upon, or the vast majority of constituents can agree upon. But the reality is that this is a time, 2008 is a year where we need leadership to carry us forward. And I believe that just as we're talking about here with healthcare, HR 676, which I believe is probably the single most devastating domestic issue that we have on the agenda right now, we need leaders to stand up and say, this is what needs to be done. And I know it may not be the most popular thing politically, but this is what has to be done for our future.
Mr.